What's going on, guys? Thank you for stopping in. Hope you're enjoying your St. Patrick's Day weekend. Apologize for the low-tech video today. Just had a couple Jets-related things on my mind while I'm on the road traveling. Number one, Odell Beckham Jr. He put out a tweet that said, hey, I didn't say that I wanted $20 million a year. I just want to play for $4 million a year. So there's a lot of numbers between 4 and 20. So I've previously said I don't want to sign Odell Beckham, but really I don't want to sign Odell Beckham Jr. for $12+ million. I think that the Jets would be better off investing that kind of money somewhere else on the roster. But if he's willing to play for a base salary of, I don't know, $6 to $8 million, and it's heavily incentive laden to where if he looks like, 2015 Odell Beckham, he's making a lot of money. And if he doesn't, the Jets are not on the hook for a ton. So kind of both parties are protected. I'm totally fine with that. I just don't want a massive financial commitment to a 30-year-old coming off 2 ACLs. But if they're going to do an incentive-laden deal and bank on some upside from a guy who is one of the most talented wide receivers of this generation, no doubt, having a resurgent year at the age of 30, then I'm all for that. Now, Jonah Williams, offensive tackle of the Cincinnati Bengals, has reportedly requested a trade since the team brought in Orlando Brown Jr. to a $60 million contract, assuming that Brown is going to be their starting left tackle. So for me, it's a hard pass on Jonah Williams. Loved him out of college. He had a really, really good year a couple years ago in 2020. But the past 2 seasons, he has allowed a combined 20 sacks. 20! There's a reason that the Bengals are looking for an upgrade there. I just don't think it's a fit for the Jets. Honestly, with the Jets offensive line, I'm just looking at pick 13 at this point. I don't think there's a lot of options on the market in terms of the tackles that are really suitable, that are going to come in and play a big role. Dwayne Brown could probably hold down the left tackle spot for one more year. You have the question marks of Mekhi Becton and Max Mitchell. That's why I would still like to see the team spend a 13th overall pick on an offensive lineman. You're not going to regret it. You take an offensive lineman at pick 13, I promise you, you will not regret it. We don't need to get cute and think, oh, we're all good at tackle. Let's go take a Brian Branch or something. No. Take a tackle. You won't regret it. Dwayne Brown, he's a one-year Band-Aid. When you draft players, even in the first round, it doesn't have to be an immediate impact player necessarily. And guess what? You draft an offensive lineman 13th, they're playing. They're playing. You watch the Jets last year, they're going to be on the field. And then next year, you can groom that player, say it's a tackle, to be your starting left tackle for Dwayne Brown the following season. And imagine this. You're not starting any rookies on your offensive line. Imagine that. Wouldn't that be nice for a change? But hard pass on Jonah Williams for me. A guard, Isaac Semialo, still remains on the market. I think if the Jets had any interest in playing AVT at tackle, that could be an interesting move. But I think most likely AVT ends up back at right guard. His highest ceiling is at right guard. So just plug him in, have an all-pro guard, and figure out everything else from there. You don't need to weaken areas of strength. Now, Tennessee Titans safety Kevin Byard. Apologies, I had a few St. Patrick's Day beers for lunch with lunch today. Kevin Byard. I love Kevin Byard. An excellent player. I think he's been one of the most underrated defensive backs in the NFL the last few years. Now, the Tennessee Titans are coming to him and asking him to take a pay cut. They've been kind of really looking to shed money, it seems like, as they have a new GM. And it doesn't seem like he's going to do it. So could he be a cap casualty, released? Could he be traded? In terms of a trade, you're not giving up much at all. Basically, it's a money dump from Tennessee, so nothing more than a late day 3 pick. But if he is released, I think you'd have to consider it. Obviously, CJ Gardner-Johnson would be my number one choice because he's 25 years old. But Byard's been a 2-time All-Pro. He has 27 career interceptions. He's 29 years old, and he is an unbelievable football player. And I think Kevin Byard would, just like CJ Gardner-Johnson, give the Jets the best secondary in the NFL immediately. So if CJ ends up back in Philly, I would keep tabs on Kevin Byard. I definitely would. So a few notes Jets related. Hopefully we get this Aaron Rodgers trade thing figured out soon so we can kind of just fully move on from that. But I appreciate you stopping in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Jets.